Hey, film fans, my name is David. This is Film Collector Archive, and today we will be discussing Creator VC's In Search of Darkness, Part 3. So it appears that we have reached the end of Creator VC's examination of 80s horror, and with that, we have the final part here, as it states there on the cover, In Search of Darkness Part 3, the final journey into 80s horror with another wonderful release from these guys. I got early access to the documentary, and so I was able to watch a digital version of the film, and it does not disappoint. If you're into Creator VC, and any of their prior products, any of their prior films, you know exactly what you're getting into here. This is just an amazing examination again on 80s horror, something that's really near and dear to a lot of our hearts. And this, especially part 3, I mean, you're taking a look at some deep cuts. A lot of films here that I have never heard of, and so it was great to see the light shine on some of those deep cuts, some of the maybe lesser known films. Now, I don't profess to be an expert on horror films, but I definitely I'm definitely a big fan. You can see here my Halloween shirt, one of my favorite horror films of all time. And of course, I've got Jack up here behind me. So my Friday the 13th lithograph behind me up on high on the wall there. So definitely a big fan of horror, but great to get an education on some of the darker corners, if you will, of the horror genre that I had never known about before. So really great effort here by the Creator VC team again. So the cool thing here, so you can see we get this slip, kind of a slip box edition. It's nice and snug in there. And then you get this cover here on the inside. But if you've ever backed these guys on any of their crowd-funded, films, which all of their stuff is set up that way. If you've never done that before, they always give you a lot of extra stuff with it, some fun extras. So first up here we have a now I'm not a a big pin collector, but this is pretty neat. If you're into pins, this is definitely one to take a look at. I don't know how focused that is, but really, really cool looking pin, really hefty. And then also got a membership card, a lifetime membership card. I think that gives you, I want to say, certain discounts, a few different places, something like that. CreatorVC.com/membership card. Maybe, find out some more information there. But I like that it's kind of a little VHS tape, so that's really cool. Also, they have a little card in here for a couple of their cameras here. Look here, David. A couple of their upcoming documentaries. And so we have In Search of Tomorrow Part 2. Part 1 was absolutely fantastic. And then we have In Search of Darkness 90s edition. So we're going 1990 to 1994 in October 2023. I will definitely be continuing with them on this horror movie journey. So a couple of very exciting advertisements there. And now we also get, and I'll try to remember to cut to a shot on the posters, but we get the poster set here. I think there's 3 posters included here, so I'll try and remember again to cut to a shot on the posters. And then finally, this was an option, and I obviously picked it up because I have it right here. I believe this was a little bit steep, about 25 bucks, I think, but there's a box here so that you can house all 3 films. So yeah, so this is obviously 3 parts. So we have part 3, part 2, and then part 1, which I don't remember why I didn't get a slipcover on the first part, or if that maybe wasn't being offered at that time. I don't quite remember on that one. And I didn't get a slipcover on, excuse me, I'm trying to get these in here, trying to be careful with it. I didn't get a slipcover on In Search of Tomorrow on that release either. So I don't know if maybe I'm doing something wrong at checkout when I'm getting those. Okay, so I will say, yeah, maybe I did this totally wrong, but I think maybe those aren't meant to have their slip boxes on them, but I'll kind of play around with that. But pretty nice to have the full collection of In Search of Darkness there in one box, and this is kind of middle of the line in terms of the thickness on the box. Could be a little bit thicker maybe, if I'm being really picky, but really cool art direction here. And then you have this nice, whoops, there we go, nice spine. So that'll look great on the shelf. I'm definitely going to display them this way in this box set. So I decided to grab that. I like having them all together in one box. I like that look on the shelf. I think that'll be cool. So anyways, let me know down in the comments if you backed them on the In Search of Darkness project. Let me know your thoughts on the documentaries. Do you have a favorite of the 3? I think they were really solid all throughout. But for me, I mean, part 1 would probably be the best of the 3, but really, there's not a dud in the 3. I mean, it's a great documentary trilogy, if you want to put it that way. But obviously they are not done talking horror films. Here we have, again, 1990 through 1994 coming up at the end of this year, so I will be with them and backing them for these projects. I just think they're fantastic. And then In Search of Tomorrow, look forward to continuing to back them on that series as well. If you're new to this channel and you like this type of content, you like stuff coming from CreatorVC, or you like talking film collecting, things like that in general, I invite you to hit the subscribe button, also the like button, and finally the bell icon that will notify you when I upload new videos in the future. And until next time, I hope you have a great day and that you're able to watch a lot of great films.